Our goal is to try to create a more diverse workforce on the management side as well as on the trade side, really trying to get people on a sustainable path for a career, not just a short-term job, not just getting a company some business for one project, but something that sustains itself and builds on itself and gets its own momentum.
Well, I am really excited about the partnerships that we have with several of the community organizations throughout the entire city of Chicago. Our community development manager and myself went out to several different organizations and really tried to learn and understand what's important to them and what they are trying to do in their communities, so we could see how Power could really be a true partner and help move those initiatives forward.
Power really does well when it comes to meeting community hiring commitments. You know, those are some of the things that they focus on, and it is important for them to do a good job. When you have support and you have the community that says, yes, they are really helping people, and then we have the relationships with organizations like Power, we are able to kind of bridge the gap a bit.
There's several pre-apprentice organizations that we have great partnerships with. And real genuine partnerships, I think, is something that's really important to us. And so when we go out and we partner with these organizations, we go in and see where we can provide value, where we can help.
Power was open to helping build relationships. When we were working with minority subcontractors from the community, when we were just getting started with some of them, Power was one of those companies where I can say, hey, this is their capacity, this is kind of what they're doing. How can they work with Power? Power was open to helping them get their start, giving them work and opportunities based off of what they could perform.
We work with pre-apprentice partners throughout the city of Chicago. I mean, they all have their own strengths. They all go at the issue of getting more City of Chicago community residents into the trades a little bit differently. But at the end of the day, they are all looking to get more local and minority and female candidates in the construction trades. With my role at Power, it's how can I help these organizations to do more of what they are already doing.
Our whole mission and purpose is to provide, opportunity for those in underserved communities, mainly Black and brown communities, so that they can have access to really great family-sustaining careers in the construction sector. How we do that is we run a 10-week pre-apprenticeship construction training program. So we recruit folks from various community-based organizations all over the city of Chicago, primarily on the west and south sides of the city. Power is our largest, general contractor, largest employer partner, our most reputable. You've been the ideal employer partner. You have helped in every way that we can have an employer help. You've come and done the mock interview day. You participate in the Employer Advisory Council, which that is, again, that group that kind of advises us on our curriculum, on our program, and tells us, hey, these are the trends in the industry. This is what you got to be looking out for. You make connections. That is the most important thing that we need, because this, there are thousands of contractors in the Chicago, metro area. And it's impossible for one person to reach out to all of them or one organization without the help of an organization like Power that can then break down some of those barriers, break down some of those doors and say, hey, we've already vetted this group. We think that this group is doing some really good things. And oh, by the way, we've hired from this group. And you should take a look at them too.
They are focusing on financial literacy, they're focusing on getting individuals' driver's licenses, addressing legal issues, resume prep, mock interviews. So these are all things that these organizations are already doing. Where Power comes in is that we're able to supplement these existing training exercises. So we can help with mock interviews. We can help teach a class or lecture a class. We can bring in our subcontractors that might specialize in a certain trade they want to learn more about, where they can talk about the day-to-day activities that happen in that trade. They can also do trade demonstrations. We've had subcontractors go into one of our pre-apprentice organizations and demonstrate how you hang drywall or how you run conduit. So these are things that these pre-apprentice organizations desperately need, but might not necessarily have access to without having a partner that is within the trades.
Again, without partners like Power, we wouldn't have been able to help these folks. You've done that for multiple organizations in this space, and you just don't see companies doing it. You just don't. And it's always refreshing, and it's always a relief to find a company of Power size giving this kind of level of attention, detail, and help to nonprofits like mine. It is really, I think, the differentiator.